What's up, guys? One part of the Bible that I really love is when Jesus fed the 5,000. Look at how many people that is. Like, we can't even imagine it. Like, look, even in this picture, it's not even enough to display 5,000 people. But yet Jesus fed them all. They came to listen to what he said. And we're going to see in Mark 6 verse 30 what exactly happened, what led up to the situation, and how Jesus Christ managed to deal with it. So in Mark 6 verse 30 it says here, the apostles gathered around Jesus and reported him to all they had done and taught. Then, because so many people were coming and going that they did not even have a chance to eat, he said to them, "Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and go get some rest." So verse 32 says, "So they went away by themselves in a boat to a solitary place. But the many who saw them leaving recognized them and ran on foot from all the towns and got there ahead of them." Can you imagine that level of faith? People loved the words of Jesus so much that they ran on foot to go ahead of them whilst Jesus and his disciples were traveling on boat. So they literally went ahead of them just to be able to hear anything that Jesus Christ has to say. So when Jesus finally landed, he saw the large crowd and he had instant compassion on them. So because they were like sheep without a shepherd, so he began teaching them many things. Can you imagine? Jesus was already tired. He wanted to just relax, eat with his disciples, but still he saw this large crowd just following him, wanting to hear anything he had to say. So he had compassion, and what did he do? He knew that they needed a shepherd, they needed a leader, and Jesus stepped up. He said, "I'm going to be your leader," and he began teaching them. So verse 35 says, "By this time it was already late in the day, so his disciples came to him. 'This is a remote place,' they said, 'and it's already very late. Send the people away so that they can go to the surrounding countryside and villages and buy themselves something to eat.' But he answered, 'You give them something to eat.' They said to him, 'That would take more than half a year's wages.' They thought that they could not feed the amount of people that were there. And rightly so, it's just so many people. So they said, 'Are we to go and spend that much on bread and give it to them to eat?' So then Jesus asked, 'How many loaves do you have? Go and see.' When they found out, they said, 5 loaves and 2 fish. Verse 39 says, "Then Jesus directed them to have all the people sit down in groups on the green grass. So they sat down in groups of hundreds and fifties." Verse 41 says, "Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to his disciples to distribute to the people. He also divided the 2 fish among them all. They all ate and were satisfied." But we need to just stop this here. They all ate. So all of these 5,000 people ate. Amen and amen. They were satisfied, and the disciples picked up 12 basketfuls of broken pieces of fish and bread. Amen and amen. Amen and amen. The number of men who had eaten was 5,000. Wow.